and welcome back to the Meeteetse Museums. I'm Alex DeSalms, the Director of Collections, and today we are bringing you another heirloom care video. This week, artwork. So if it's unframed, you can store it flat with each work protected by acid-free paper. You can also use polyester film or Melanex, polypropylene, polyethylene, only if the artwork does not have charcoal or pastel. Plastic, static, electricity, actually, if it's charcoal or pastel, will lift the image off of the paper support, and then you've basically destroyed your artwork, which is not good. Another idea is matting your artwork, and this is a practice example. So it's not the best, so that's why I would recommend practicing on something unimportant before you try to do this on an important piece of artwork. There are how-tos online with the National Park Service's conservograms and also the Canadian Conservation Institute. Those are both helpful. It's pretty easy. It just takes a little bit of getting used to how you cut and how you use the different tapes and supports. Matting is a way that you can still see the image, but it's got a little bit of a protector because it's got that depth. It's pretty hard to see on this, but it's got the depth from the archival mat board that keeps it protected from other objects sitting on top. So it's not gonna, or at least it shouldn't press down on the artwork itself. And so that helps protect it, but you can still get to it if you need to. For some reason, it doesn't happen a lot, but this can also be a first step in framing something. Sometimes framed works are matted first, and then they're easier to frame. So that's an idea. And you can put artwork in sturdier boxes as well, acid-free, archival, safe, all that good stuff. So you can do that with both matted works and tissue-wrapped paper works. For framed artworks, there's, of course you can display these, but just be careful of sun and light exposure because they will fade or the paint will crack, and then it needs conservation and restoration, which can get pricey. So a good idea is, if you have it, to store it upright on a wire wall, or sometimes they have movable wire storage. We'll have some examples of that in the video. And then there's also upright in open shelving. So this is, again, back to back, front to front. So here's the front of a frame, here's another front of a frame, the back of another one, and so on and so forth. Trying for the same size together, we know that can be a little tricky, and we know definitely that sometimes just because of where things fit, ours aren't quite sized together, but we do try when at all possible. A couple of notes on open shelving: wood off gases. So either seal the wood before you store the artwork, or use pieces that are old enough that most off-gassing has already occurred and you won't need to worry about it a lot. Metal and steel is preferred just because it's not going to off-gas. We're actually working to get different uprights in between our frames so that they're not leaning quite so much. It's much better if they're straight up and down, but as I think I've mentioned in a couple, these are progress. It's just a matter of continually progressing and improving the collection storage and your heirloom storage. So let us know if you have any questions, and please join us next week for more heirloom care tips.